This is Flipping Homework with Google Docs. You can access my presentation by going to this bit.ly link or by scanning this QR code. If you need to go to Haiku, you can click on the RUSD icon and it will take you to Haiku. First thing we'll do is sign in. Our class code is 174. I'm Griselda Caudill. I teach at Emerson Elementary. I teach 6th grade with Dave Watring and Margarita Garcia. My husband and I have 2 daughters, Isabella and Liliana. Our course goals are to find out what hyperdocs are, discuss the best practices for flipping homework using the SAMR model, and asking ourselves and starting to create a hyperdoc. How are we going to flip our homework using hyperdocs? As you know, are a lot of excuses for students not doing their homework. Thanks to Google Docs, you don't have to worry about the dog eating their homework or them accidentally not saving their work. The SAMR model is a model to look at how we use technology in the classroom with our students. Substitution is using technology to substitute something else we did before with no actual change. Then we have augmentation. Now you're adding another layer. Modification, you're recreating, redesigning something you did before with technology added now. And then redefinition is creating a new task that you couldn't do before because you didn't have the technology. The SAMR model, you can see how it works with a student video. Your substitution, they can just record their answers to a homework question. Augmentation, now they're using those video examples as supporting evidence. Modification, students create screencasts and how-to videos. And redefinition, students produce videos demonstrating evolution from inquiry to the mastery of concepts. So when you think about homework, ask yourself, what is it that I can do now that I couldn't do before? And then we'll go into what a hyperdoc is. We can watch this video and the creator will explain how they came up with a hyperdoc and why they use it. So a hyperdoc is basically a Google Doc, a Google slideshow, a Google form that gives students links to other information that they can do online and have it all together on a page. I'll have you think about how you can actually use hyperdocs to flip your own homework, depending on your grade level and what you do in class. And then you'll go to one of these Padlets, depending on what session you're in. And Padlet is like a bulletin board that students can respond on. So I added a title to it. All you have to do is double click and it'll let you start typing. And when you type, you can add a attachment that's a sound, a video, photograph, or another document. And what's nice is that you can share these, let's see, by going here, and you can actually print it, export an image or a PDF, Excel file. So Padlet is another good tool you can use in your classroom. And then here's a little more of a hyperdoc tutorial. The first 7 minutes are specific to hyperdocs, and then they go into more detail, just a more informal conversation. There's also a link to the slideshow here if you want to just look at the slides. And then we have exploring hyperdocs. There's more examples of hyperdocs. And then here's a hyperdoc example using hyperdocs. So this is a good one for you to use to explore hyperdocs. It's going to ask you to make a copy. So you should be logged into your Google Drive and then you can make a copy of the file. And then you'll see the hyperdoc that they created. So here you can see that all these things are links. And Lisa, Kelly, and Sarah are these ladies who have worked on hyperdocs and multimedia text sets. And they give us information on how to create them, give us some templates, samples, and it's very in-depth. And then Alice Keeler is another good resource. She has a video on SMR with Adam Bellows, and he is explaining to her students how the Google Glasses work. Google Glass. So that one's interesting. This Google Classroom tutorial and information link is great if you're interested in Google Classroom. I would definitely go there. And then we'll create our own resources create our own hyperdoc using these resources. So again, these are the ones that I showed you on the previous page. Here's a how-to, a template, a sample. If you click on this bit.ly or type it in, it'll have you create your give you the template to create your own, and then you can share your progress at this Padlet so that everybody can see what everybody's kind of working on if you'd like to share. So open up the Padlet and you can just copy and paste your link to your document and then people can see it. So again, that's where we're creating our own. Then we'll complete the feedback. And that's it. If you have any questions, I made a Google form that if you have any and you submit them, I can reply to you in an email. And that's it. Thank you.